happening, gang? It's your boy Retro back again with another reaction video. Yeah. Today we got another huge update. I know y'all could probably already tell it is going down. Just by that title alone, you're definitely going to want to see this one, guys. We got Fox News The Five-O's Harold Ford Jr. battling out head-to-head against that Jessica Tarloff, trying to see who's been the most affected by that Trump derangement syndrome. And I will say Harold Ford Jr. is making a very strong case in this newest update. Good thing we've got Judge Jeanine to walk him back in the line, guys. I'm excited to get into it, so we're not straight into it. So make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Before we even get into it, you guys, hit that like button, also hit that subscribe button for your boy. Without further ado, let's jump straight into it, guys. Check this out.
So, Jesse, good to see you.
You too.
Thanks.
I don't mean that.
No, I know you don't.
I don't want to look at you anymore.
I don't want to look at you anymore.
The show's been too much.
Yeah, I know. But look, hey.
You guys, it's Monday.
We keep hearing about the October surprise. Is the October surprise the polling?
Could be. I thought it was the hurricanes, but the polling's a mess if you're a Democrat. If you're a Republican like myself, I told you so. Didn't say red wave, but I told you so. The polling and the betting markets are a disaster. Barack Obama is scolding black Americans. She's raised $1 billion and is losing. I think they're stealing her money because, you know, they get a cut when they do these ad buys on television. The media strategy, they've changed it. She's doing Brett Baer's show. I think Doug wants to be one lucky guy. He's trying to get booked on Outnumbered. And she shot the whole rationale for her candidacy right in the heart when she said that I wouldn't do anything differently. And now she's looking for ways to separate herself from Joe Biden. But she's such a machine politician, she doesn't know how to do that. She's always just said yes and gotten ahead. She's always agreed with the party boss and gotten promoted. And now she's the party boss. But she's still loyal to Joe because she knows she didn't earn it. And so she's scared because she's never had to make her own decision. And she's afraid of Biden because no one F's with a Biden. And any Democrat that's criticized Biden, look at Eric Adams. So she's nervous about criticizing him. Trump doesn't need to do anything more. What else does he have to prove? She's trying to bait him, and it looks desperate because she's down and she knows it. He's gotten 7 debates under his belt. I mean, they've raided his house. They've leaked his tax returns. What else do we need to see? Honestly, we've seen too much from Donald Trump. We know exactly what he's going to do and when he's going to do it. He's now wiser. He's not going to then agree to a debate that's just going to have no upside. He smells a trap. It's not worth it. And he already agreed to the Fox debate. He agreed to 2 debates. She said no to the Fox debate. And now she wants another one. Sorry, it's too late.
Yeah, I think you're right about that last clip. It was definitely baiting. It was like no one was taking that seriously. Harold, I think you were...
I'm with Jesse on this one. There is no reason. We've seen all we need to see in that first debate. She came more than not prepared for the task, even if it was a 3v, really a 4v1. She had, communication. She was jotting notes. I mean, we've seen in that ABC debate all we need to see, guys. Why would we want to put Donald Trump, walk him back into the lion's den when he walked in and walked out unscathed the first time? We're going to just take our win and take it to election. We're fine. We're more than fine with not seeing another debate. I'm with Jesse.
Definitely baiting. It was like no one was taking that seriously. Harold, I think you were one of the first people to say that they needed to concentrate more on policy. And I think you're seeing TDS exhaustion. You can only set fire to people's hair for so long, and then suddenly they're all bald like Joy Reid. You can't keep telling people that Trump is evil. It doesn't mean anything.
Bald?
Yeah, now they're stuck with this non-policy, non-competent politician known as Kamala Harris. How does it feel, Harold? Pretty bad, doesn't it?
It's good to be back.
Yeah.
I hope everybody had a good
Harold.
weekend. I would say a couple of things. To your point about the debate, I think that President Trump is probably analyzing this in a way that says, I got beat the first time, or some people.
Beat. Oh my, that right there, it shows you guys the Trump derangement syndrome. ABC debate went one way. I'm be honest, I can't even call a winner because of the way they tried to, rig it in Kamala's favor. You really can't call the winner. This guy's saying Trump lost, though. Oh my goodness.
That President Trump is probably analyzing this in a way that says, I got beat the first time, or some people thought I got beat the first time. I'm gaining in the polls. What's the advantage to do, whether he won or lost, what's the advantage to doing another one? I've always said I think the country benefits. When you're running for president, you're running for the privilege to serve the country. But I get that rationale. 2, this race is tight. I would agree that it feels like over the last, I agree with Dana about how you look at this race after Labor Day. You look at day by day and
She
who
hasn't
wins the
spoken
day.
yet, Harold.
Yeah, I was just going to say, did I miss
That's a
it?
pre-agreement.
Yes.
We've had this conversation before, and maybe Dana didn't say this, but I'm going to give her credit for it. You look at after Labor Day till Election Day, who wins the day? And I believe that whoever wins the most days from Labor Day to Election Day, media and so forth, they end up winning the election. And President Trump has had a run here over the last several days. I think it was smart of her to accept the invitation to come on Fox, and she's coming on our pal Bret Baier's show, who I know will be tough and fair with her.
We might finally get Kamala Harris's feet held to the fire, guys. You know, she is the most opaque candidate compared to Donald Trump, who is the most transparent, see-through candidate. He's just so forthcoming, a little bit too forthcoming that sometimes we have Melania Trump coming on here telling us that, you know, Donald Trump slept in the birthday suit. So we know a lot about our candidate. I don't think we need a second debate. I feel like a lot of Americans feel that way. You guys hop in the comment section. Let me know how y'all feel.
She's coming on our pal Bret Baier's show, who I know will be tough and fair with her, and will elicit answers around the border, will elicit answers around her changed positions on serious issues like border security and even like the economy and things that she would do differently. I think one of the things that Vice President Harris did not do well last week was her answer about what would you do differently over the last several years. I think to say nothing suggests that you're not anticipating different facts and circumstances. I don't think anything's wrong with saying over the last 4 years, we had facts come our way and we behaved with all of the data and we thought we did the best things. But going the next 4 years, I'll be the boss. I hope she's able to do some of that on the show with him.
Even the Dems can't defend her when she says her and Biden are singing the same exact song, the same tune. They're two peas in a pod. I'm telling you that right now.
Things, but going the next 4 years, I'll be the boss. I hope she's able to do some of that on the show with him. Finally, there's a challenge with base voters on both sides. I think that President Trump has made a decision to close here. He's going to go after his base. He's going to double down, and I think some of the language is a little dark for me, but I think it's going to excite his base. Remember, he's never gotten over 47% of the popular vote when he's run each time. He got 46.5 when he beat Hillary, and he got 46.7 of the overall vote when he lost to Biden. If he gets to 48, that could very well spell a win for him nationally. We'll see. I think she has decided that I'm going to try to fire my base up, and she's got a distinct challenge with black men right now. She's got to get a message that excites, animates, and motivates them in Detroit and Atlanta and Philadelphia specifically over the next 3 weeks. She does that, we're going to have a nail biter here again, and we'll have to see what happens.
All right.
Honestly, I can't wait to see her come on Fox, man, do that sit down, because I hope someone finally holds her accountable, asks their question about, you know, you want to talk about, you know, everyone's health decline. What happened with you covering up this guy, Joe Biden's decline? You sat side by side saying he was okay, there was nothing wrong. And then out of nowhere, you slid into the race. It didn't make sense to me. That must be one of the questions that she says is off limits before she even goes into the interview, because I haven't heard it yet. I haven't.
That was a half-hearted defense. Judge, so
Wow.
Kamala keeps saying, oh, she wants to separate herself from Joe. And then, of course, she gets accused of plagiarism, which, again, it puts her in sync with Joe.
Yeah, right. No, I mean, they're two peas from the same pot.
Yeah.
I mean, she's
goodness.
the one who was supporting him, saying, you know, everything is fine with his health. I mean, you don't have to worry about Joe. He's got more energy than all of us. But I think what's amazing is she says that it's time to turn the page. She said, I'm going to have a new way forward, and I'm not Joe Biden, but she is not smart enough. I got to tell you, Harold, how could you be running for president of the United States of America and not be smart enough to say, gee, I already said in one speech what I would do differently. Why can't I remember what I said in that speech to explain to the American people why I will be different? The woman she just doesn't have the wits about her in terms of politics, which makes sense because she didn't get one vote to be in this position. They threw Joe under the bus. And I got to tell you, I love the Axios article. I love this whole thing about the palace intrigue. You know, either Joe Biden is intentionally stepping on her, or they're just not coordinating. And maybe they're not coordinating, according to the Axios article, because the Biden people are upset, or because, you know, her people aren't giving the Biden people the respect that they deserve. But the truth is, all of a sudden, we see Joe Biden walking into the press room, interrupting Karine Jean-Pierre, air to say the longshoreman strike is, it's over until January, when she's in Michigan about to take credit for it. And the thing that keeps happening with DeSantis, I work with DeSantis, he's great. And she's accusing DeSantis of not caring when things are at a terrible, terrible stage. But her hypocrisy, her inability to identify what the American people want to hear from a candidate for president is just stunning to me. She shouldn't be running for town council.
Why isn't Trump more ahead then? You asked.
Oh my God! Here comes Harold. Judge Jeanine hit the nail right on the head every single time. Almost every single time, I feel like Judge Jeanine comes out swinging. She's gonna call the balls and the strikes exactly how she sees it, no matter whose team she's playing for. It just doesn't make sense, and American folks are tired of being lied to. They can see straight through it, guys.
A candidate for president is just stunning to me. She shouldn't be running for town council.
Why isn't Trump more ahead then? You asked me the question. Why do you think he's in a dead heat if what you're saying is right?
Well, right now, Trump has made incredible strides. He's ahead in 6 of the last polls, when 2 weeks ago she was ahead, because everybody came out with joy and hope thinking she's going to be great. Now they see the woman, she's not that competent. And I'm say one more thing, 60 Minutes, she has the gall to say Donald Trump should do 60 Minutes when they took one answer and switched it for another. I wouldn't do 60 Minutes either if I were Donald Trump.
Wow, Judge Jeanine on an absolute heater. I feel the same exact way. We're saying, Kamala Harris is fumbling, failing at every single turn, every single corner. She's making this truly tough for those in her corner. They keep trying to pressure Donald Trump or mention that he should be doing more media appearances when folks know exactly who he is. It doesn't make sense. This guy here was trying to ask the question, why do you think Donald Trump's ahead right now? Guys, it's because Donald Trump is the most transparent candidate. Plus, he's got a track record to show that backs up everything he's been saying he's going to do. We've seen him do it before. So why wouldn't you trust this guy versus someone who has shown us nothing, told us nothing, has been so opaque that we don't know what she truly stands for? I mean, it doesn't make sense, guys.
That's all.
In your face.
Yeah.
DP,
Yes.
Shouldn't the tension really be between the party and the voters for not giving them the chance to have a primary?
Yeah.
I mean, this all comes down to the fact that Kamala was nobody's first, second, third, fourth, fifth choice. And so you have God love him, Harold Ford pretending to care about her. And it's just sad to watch it, Harold. I was crying. But anyway, Dana, the question's for Dana.
There's a new book coming out tomorrow. I think it's by Jonathan Alter, in which he says...
Oh, you read it?
Oh, yeah, I'm sure you did. I actually haven't. But I did read an article about it saying that it'll detail how even Nancy Pelosi didn't think she was the right one. But they realized with the time that they had to figure out a way to get behind. And so they decided to roll the dice with it. I would say this past weekend felt like that was when the dam started to break. She, in the media blitz that they had, cannot get a foothold on anything. So she's slipping, right? And then Tim Walz, every time he goes out, he steps on a rake.
God. Or a shotgun.
Yeah, right. And the other flashpoint is that something Jesse said, which is the whole basis of this thing is that she wasn't going to be Joe Biden. Mm-hmm. But then what Bill McIntyre told NBC, she's asking for another term from the unpopular incumbent party. So I think that when she is throwing things out there, like you have to look at Trump's health, it is kind of craven because she still has not answered the question of when did you know that Joe Biden was not able to be the president for another 4 years, even if she thought he could get through this the rest of this year. So she's going to do an interview with Bret Baier on Wednesday. That's high stakes, but with high stakes, you sometimes get high rewards. Mm-hmm. It could go very well for her. If it doesn't, I think you will continue to see the beginnings of anonymous Democratic staffers, like we've seen on her camp in the past, saying, yeah, we knew this was going to happen.
Yeah. All right.
Wow.
Excellent analysis from at least two of you.
Would you like to pre-agree with me?
Yes, I pre-agree with you. I love what you said in the next block, by the way.
Thank you.
Can I
Very
say
good.
that if she does win, can I say in your face to everybody?
Yes, you can. You've earned it.
Yo, there we have it, guys. Harold Ford Jr. showing you guys he lives in a whole different world. Right there at the end where he said, can I do a big in your face if Harris ends up winning this? I mean, come on, you guys. We're seeing it. Her campaign is literally holding on by a thread. at this point. The media blitz turned out to be an absolute disaster for her. They tried to, throw her in front of the media all of a sudden to try to answer all the questions, everything that they've been holding back on, but there was still no substance there. Her entire campaign has given me the vibes of folks who are pretending to be something that they're truly not. And I believe a lot of Americans can see straight through that, and that's why the poll numbers are starting to show it. I wonder where Jessica Tarlov is right now. It's ironic that she's not on the Miss Statistic is not on the set. It's awful funny that once the poll numbers start reflecting that, their candidate is falling behind, Jessica Tarlov is nowhere to be found. Miss Statistic, the one who always has the poll numbers that show her candidates ahead. I bet you Jessica Tarlov won't be so quick to report the statistics, the poll numbers, when she gets back on the set. But right here, Harold Ford Jr. proving that he's not too far off from that false reality that Jessica Tarlov lives in. Guys, definitely hop in the comment section and let me know your thoughts. Also, make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you enjoy more content like this, I'll catch you guys on the next one.